Hello, Taurus rising. This is Scopes Unshamed by Britten LaRue for the month of April 2026. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Scopes Unshamed. Let's dive in. So, when the month begins, we're going to be right at a full moon. And full moons, as you may or may not know, tend to bring up a lot of energy. And something that may be really alive for you at that time is really feeling the the truth that we live in human bodies and there's only so much time. There's only so much time to take care of everything. There's only so much time to tend to the body, our work, our health, everything that we want to get done, everything that we want to see through, so that it feels in order, so that it feels just right. You may feel a kind of poignancy around these limits, you know, the limits of caring for all that you want to care for. And it's really important to bring so much compassion to this rather than shame. If shame is coming up because you don't think you've done enough, that you don't think you care for things well, if you feel like you're dysfunctional, if you feel destabilized, it's really important to understand that we've been deeply conditioned by perfectionism, um, and we have learned to be so hard on ourselves about these things. Um, it started when we were really young. And so this is just a time to notice, like with so much compassion, like that there's only so much time in a day to tend to all that we love and still feel right with it, And it's like a constant rebalancing. And equilibrium is very momentary. It may even sometimes feel like a fantasy. And so we can identify like how we are going to hold ourselves both compassionately and comedically through how wild it is to try to take care of all that we take care of in modern life. So that all may be there. And the truth of it is that this month for you is going to be bringing up a lot in your spiritual life, like your behind the scenes, the tending that comes from meditation, from prayer, from like quiet, from zoning out, from dreaming, journaling, kind of tinkering, the quiet moments where you can really step back from the automated quality of modern life and tune into your heart, tune into your soul, tune into your desires, tune into spirit, tune into the way mystery communicates to you and allowing that to soothe you, however it does for you. I wonder for you if you feel soothed through a kind of um, energetic activity, having Aries in the part of life that I'm talking about, which is the 12th house. Like maybe for you, doing something that makes you sweat, like doing something that um, allows you to step into the vigor of yourself can in many ways like be a return to your soul and like a very peace-giving experience for you behind the scenes of the rest of your life. Um, Whatever that looks like. But there's a lot of energy this month on your spiritual life, whatever you want to call that, because spiritual life means all kinds of things to different people. And it's really important to take your own leadership and how you define that. So don't picture something that even your caregivers gave you if it doesn't really resonate as fun. Like, your spiritual life needs to be your own retreat, that is sacred to you. And it needs to look like what would be invigorating for you and not like a template that someone makes you take on. So this might be a really great time to wonder about um, self-healing, like what leadership do you take in your healing process? Um, what permission may you need to have more agency in your healing process? How can you turn to your healing not as a zone for fixing yourself, working on yourself, but see it as like a deep, deep adventure that impresses you, that opens up horizons for you, that allows you to take yourself to whole new places with who you think you can be and what you think this reality is. In what ways is your healing experience the great adventure of your life? And if it's not feeling like that, where can you give yourself agency to turn it into that? How can you lean more deeply into not accepting the healing path that you think you have to take and rather carve out that path for yourself based on what you want it to be? Yeah, like a very horizon opening experience and like permission to discard other templates for that. Meanwhile, this month is really interesting for you because you will have your chart ruler Venus moving through your whole first house of Taurus because your Taurus risings, that's the first house. So there's a lot of blessings there for you in your path as you really tune in to your desires. So this may be a time when, from an unshaming perspective, you have the opportunity to notice where you're shaming your desires. And I'm inviting you to take it so seriously that your desires have wisdom. Your desires are not lazy. Desires are actually work because in order to show up for them, we have to make time, we have to make energy, we have to change contracts with people. Like we have to do a lot. We have to do a lot to honor our desires. I came up with this way of thinking when I wanted a new dog because my dog had died. I wanted another dog and I knew I didn't want a puppy. But then I fell in love with this puppy. And I'm like, oh my God, I am too busy. Like, I do not have time for puppies because I don't. Y'all, my schedule is wild by choice. But like, this is not my personality. I don't have the constitution for puppies. I just am not going to be able to have this puppy. But I couldn't let go of this puppy. And I got the puppy, and it was complete chaos. And I had to learn about structure for puppies and all the labor of having puppies and everything it was going to pull from me to be the leader that this puppy needed. Part husky, part border collie, part Australian shepherd. Like these are smart. He's a smart dog and he needs a strong leader. So like really pulling this part of me forward, like you are going to be this person because you are going to be on the timeline of your desires because the timeline of your desire includes this dog. And it was like, wow, desires are not lazy. Desires require so much from us to show up for them because we often have to melt our old identity and come into the identity as person who shows up for this. And that takes so much courage. And there's a lot of fear of like, what if I can't do it, you know? And so you may be in that a lot this month, all month, but especially like the last week and a half. You may be really surprised at how much you're learning about your desires. You may be learning about the little ways that you may shame what you really, really want because you're afraid of your desires, because your desires are going to require a lot from you, including informing the people around you so that they can support you. Like I had to do with my daughters and my boyfriend and the whole family, like, help me with this dog. Thank goodness. Like, he's the best. Like it's the coolest deal. We're all such a happy family. Like we put in the time, we put in the structure, we learned how to be who we needed to be to fold him into our lives. And now we have this pack and it's so amazing. But it was very scary and I felt very uncertain of myself at the beginning. And that's stuff that can come up because Taurus really wants to be sure. You know, it's like, are we sure winter's really over? Are we sure Taurus by necessity must get that sense of like, I need to feel right that this is like going to be how I want it to be. And that's the inherent stubbornness that we talk about with Taurus and it's intelligent. And so part of your April may be like kind of wobbling into that anchor, you know, which is so important. Like we got to anchor down. Like you cannot wobble. Like, will I keep this puppy? Will it work out? Like, no, it either works out or it doesn't. Who do I want to be? Let's commit to the timeline, you know? So you may find yourself with a lot of that this month, which is going to be so powerful for you for the rest of this year. Like you are learning how to wobble into anchor on really important things for you. And that's the task. So if you feel the wobble, just understand that you're in a process of getting to anchoring. I hope that that's supportive. I will see you in May.